Hey, shout out Summer 17. What's up, guys? Youngest Jim about to bring you some more Call of Duty action. We got our Q&A video today, a little question and answer with the Youngest Jim. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions. I got a couple more than I thought I was gonna get, so I'm gonna be talking fast. Try to make this video not run on too long. The gameplay is a couple games of me just shredding some later kid, just shredding some kids out here. So I'm just gonna let that play while I answer these questions. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have read all these questions once. I tried to not think of an answer at the time, and I only read them that time, so that way my answers during the vid could be kind of spontaneous and a little wild like your boy. Anyway, okay, so first question I'm going to jump to is from my man AB2Nice. Shout out AB2Nice. Shout out AB2Nice Jr. I don't know if you've seen my little man on the snap, but dude is wild. Anyway, AB2Nice asks, what's the funniest thing that has happened at Ottawa in your opinion? So this was really tough, and this one I did think about, and that's why I'm starting off with it. It's kind of tough to just pinpoint just one thing that happened. So there was two that stuck out in my head, and I'm sure there's some just some crazy. Everyone has crazy stories or whatever. But first was we had youth football camp during, I think it was like during camp last year. I can't remember exactly when it was, but so I had like receivers in a corner, and Coach K standing in the middle of the field, and the player kind of talking to our kids and leading our drills was my man, Kid No Play. Anyway, not trying to add anybody. So he's telling the kids we're about to break down, and he's like, "Yo, you guys see that coach over there?" And he just points right to Coach K, and he goes, he's like, "I want you guys after we break down basically to full sprint and just tackle him." And I'm like, "No way, are these kids actually about to do this? Like, this is gonna be the greatest thing I've ever seen." So we break down, and I kid you not, all like 12 of these 12-year-olds, I don't know how old they were, just dead sprint at Coach K, and he's not looking. So like there's an army behind him coming for him. He doesn't know what's about to happen. First kid is probably the biggest kid in the group. Straight up form tackles just right into Coach K's hip. So Coach K doesn't go down initially because my man's strong. So he like he realizes what's going on and like turns around, sees the kids, freaks out, like tries to get a couple steps in, like maybe high knees once or twice, and then I can't make this up, stiff arms a kid. Like one of the kids coming got Heisman straight in the face, and this this is our coach, man, our head coach. Anyway, by the end of it, there was just too many kids. There was just too much of an army, for one man to stay up. So they eventually brought it down, and I laughed for about 5 to 10 minutes straight. I think I blacked out, so I don't really know what happened after that. But like, I'll never forget that. And then second thing that came to mind was. So 2 years ago, I roomed with my man Scuba Steve. For those of you that don't know Scoob, he plays on the football team, DB, lockdown corner. Some say Scoob Island. Anyway, he when I roomed with him, he wasn't really much of like a party or anything. He would kind of just chill and watch his Teen Wolf, and he wouldn't be able to do his homework because his leg would hurt. So that way he would just lay in his bed and just watch more Teen Wolf. So last year, I'll just say at like we'll call it a social gathering. I saw my man have like a couple of alcoholic beverages. He was a loose Scoob. He was wild. Shout out Big Rod 6. Shout out Austin Ward. Shout out AB2Nice for my transformation Thursday. Oh, and Tyler Hooks. Tyler Hooks helped for the transformation of my man. Like he evolved, bro. He had women on him. There were so many women on him. I actually couldn't see him. There was too many women. He was just on the dance floor, just doing what a young Scuba. He went from Scuba Steve to Scuba Steve, boy. I was I was like, oh my goodness, my man is crazy. Anyway, so when I saw that, I was dying laughing just because the way my man was for a long time, and it was just really cool to see him like that. So AB2Nice. Those are probably two of for me, the funnier things that have happened to me at Ottawa. So once again, just wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent in a question. I sent this out, not thinking I was going to get very many, but I had quite a few people participate and send me questions. So thank you personally to everyone. It makes it a lot of fun for me, and I'm trying to think of different ways to make these videos entertaining for everybody to watch. So this is all kind of new to me. So if you guys have an idea of like the talking point or anything that you think would be entertaining, let me know. Anyway, next question comes in from Bryce, and he wants to know. Wait, what are we going to do about cups? So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you need to, after my video, watch my video first, then go to, type in Real Bros of Simi Valley. It's made by Jimmy Tatro. It's watch the first episode at least, but it's a 4-episode series where they basically just make fun of reality, like a reality TV show, and it's the funniest series of videos I've ever seen. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, on like an unrelated note, shout out Levi the goat. I've never like seen a man be a legend at every place he went to. Like I heard he was like a god high school LB. Then he just like comes to school, comes to goes to Highland, goes to Ottawa, just everywhere. He just leaves a trail of just greatness. Anyway, so shout out Levi. Next questions were submitted by Malou Goat. He submitted a couple, and he's like going straight to the heart here, so we're getting a little personal. Okay, he says, first question, favorite pizza topping? My man, I'm going to have to go with pepperoni probably, just because, like, I love cheese, and I'm pretty easygoing. The only thing I like, I'm not really a pineapple on pizza kind of guy, so I can't really do that. So if you can, like, sorry about it, but pepperoni. He also wants to know what motivates you every day. So for me, like, I don't know, like, how emotional we're trying to get right now, but I'm just, like, trying to be the best. Like Ash Ketchum Pokemon theme song. Like I'm just out here trying to be just trying to be entertaining, trying to do something where I have fun, have a good time, and also like I want people to, like, when they talk about you, say like he was one of the best that did that, or he was really good at what he did and enjoyed what he did. So just the thought of being talked about as being elite at something. That motivates me. Favorite hip hop artist of all time? I definitely think it'd be someone recent. So most of the time I'm listening to like Logic or Drake or Chitty Bang. Haven't listened to much Chitty Bang lately, but if I was gonna go overall all time, Chitty Bang is probably my favorite rap hip hop artist for sure. Next question was submitted by my man Big Cox 88. He says, "How does one become a juice god like Youngest Jim?" Well, I don't know about juice god. You'd have to ask your man Rel or Trey Arif or something like that. But I just like I'll just kind of quote one of my childhood heroes, Ricky Bobby. He said, "I'm the best there is. Basically, I just wake up in the morning and piss excellence." And that's something that I kind of just live by. Just when you know you're the best, you're just the best. At me if you don't think so. Let me know. Meet me on Rust. How about that? All right. Next question is from my man Too Tall Thomas. He says, "Yeah, Youngest Jim. I was wondering who taught you to play COD so well. Was it your tall friend in ninth grade?" I bet it was. Well, Too Tall Thomas. I had a friend in ninth grade named Michael Thomas and a friend named Isaiah Myers, and they were responsible for the Jim that we all know and love today, who's just some say COD God. I don't like to toot my own horn or anything, but if you just call it like you see it. Anyway, so that's where I learned to do what I do. So thank you for submitting. All right, next one's from my man Trent T Money Morris. I wonder who that could be. Anyway, out of all the gyms in the world, what's it like being the youngest? That's tough. You just gotta like. How do I explain this? I feel like I'm paving the way for younger gyms to follow. I'm like a young explorer, just a Lewis and Clark, if you would, except for in Call of Duty. Okay, next question is from my man Mike Merchant. He asks, "Why are you so tilted?" You know what I think about that? Maybe you should just not submit again and just maybe take a hike. How does that sound? Thank you. Okay, next question comes from two questions actually from Jake is better than Jim. First question being your name sucks. Just a side note. How do you please girls? He doesn't even know how to type. How do I please girls? Well, basically, like if they're in the kitchen making me a sandwich, I say, "Will you please hurry?" That's kind of how I do it. Anyway, then he said, "Where do you want to be in 10 years?" Oh man, we're getting in the feels. Well, Jake Bade, there's two routes a young man could see himself. I'm either going to hopefully get this internship, and then maybe it turns into a job in KC, being a mechanical or electrical engineer, and then just like that's kind of hard though, because you got to be like smart to do that, and my middle name is not Cerebral, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, either that or just keep on the COD and video grind, and then if a young man blows up, maybe start winning some of these tournaments, get picked up by Optic Gaming and then just, you know, be the best in the world. So, you know, one of those two. You know, either way it goes, I'm just out here living life. I'm just a young man trying to make it in this big world. This, you know, that's basically what's going on.